I am speaking to you now, Lord, so that you will understand my acts are according to your natural laws, and that you not mistakenly condemn me, for you created me to do your will. I know your true existence. You brought me into this world, and my acts are justified. I lift my voice to you in prayer to bless me as the Son you created. Understanding the essential privilege of privacy and communal prayer, Lawrence nevertheless sensed that something was drastically wrong. He opened his eyes and stood, and the man who had followed him into the church rose with him, shoulder to shoulder. He quickly glanced at his face, but the man continued to stare straight ahead at the figure of the suspended Christ. Lawrence wondered if his sudden clutch of fear was unwarranted, except for the bizarre message of the man's prayer. The close proximity of the man raised a second premonition. The man then turned his head and looked past Lawrence at the bald figure only he could see. Translucent, milky blue eyes, pale skin, and his shaved head provided pearl and otherworldly appearance. At 6 feet 5 inches tall, with a body like iron, he exuded a lethal aura that discouraged casual conversation. Lawrence looked over his shoulder and saw that the few people who had been seated in the pews were now gone. He was alone with this man whom he now sensed meant to do him harm. The sudden pinprick of a sharp needle penetrated the side of Lawrence's neck. He lurched away with a cry and snatched at the invasive instrument, but it had been immediately withdrawn. The chapel slowly began to spin. His eyes blurred, and he clutched at the air as he collapsed on the steps. He watched the man remove a glistening razor-sharp machete from his computer bag and place it on the altar. He thought he must be dreaming as the wavy vision of the man disrobed in slow motion and stood naked above him. Just before he died, Lawrence Livingston experienced a burning sensation from his heart to his groin. He felt no pain watching the man pull his entrails from his body and ritually drape them over the altar, or when the man smeared blood over his chest and abdomen and coated his erection with blood. He watched the slow, rhythmic strokes of the hand and the explosion of semen that desecrated the altar Bible. As he lay on the steps, arms and legs spread wide, Lawrence's dimming gaze watched the blue and gold-stained glass rendering of Mary Magdalene that dominated the transept wall, underlit by flickering candles blur and fade to darkness. The blood flowing from Lawrence's body down over the steps evaporated and was gone. Guzman wiped the blade of the machete clean, using the altar cloth.